Hello team, today we're going to review Streamline Server Release version 2026.2.0.0. So let's begin. Rough cut capacity and capacity planning improvements. So we have added the ability to import the capacity planning calendar directly into the rough cut capacity planning module through the database connection. This enhancement supports more accurate future capacity planning by allowing teams to align supply planes with operational capacity constraints stored in external systems. For example, if your production calendar already exists in your ERP or database, you can now import it and immediately reflect real capacity limits in rough cut capacity planning module, reducing manual setup and improving long-term planning accuracy. We introduced a new monthly ordering days column. This allows you to configure permitted days of the month for placing orders. In addition, ordering days can also be set in the suppliers window, and ABC class and ordering days can now be exported to the database. Also, channel level permissions no longer affect access to item location pairs that do not have channels. This ensures that items without channel assignment remain fully accessible and avoids unintended access restrictions. And for planned orders dialog, there were several important improvements that have been made. So now we can group orders by the source. This simplifies review and approval when managing multiple vendors in the same planning cycle. As well, we added total quantity and total final quantity. These fields provide clearer visibility into proposed versus adjusted quantities before approval. Also, you can now use the import changes option in the pending for approval stage to import updates from an XLS file. This allows planners to adjust quantities externally, upload bulk modifications, and reconcile their inventory decisions offline. And order notes can now be exported to the database. This ensures full traceability and better integration with downstream systems. In the reports, you can now select a forecast version for the projected revenue report. This enables comparison across different forecast scenarios, for example, baseline versus promotional, marketing, or any other forecast version that you may upload. As well, filtering-wise, we implemented new filtering parameters. We have added model type, seasonality patterns, weekly patterns, and use model from. These filters improve transparency and control when analyzing forecasting logic. In the planned versus actual sales report, multiple forecast versions can now be exported automatically to the database. Also, slope override is now visualized as blue foreground on the Reports tab. This makes manual adjustments immediately visible and easier to audit. In the Inventory tab, the units per pallet parameter now supports decimal values. The item cost parameter can now be overridden in the Inventory tab. And the supplier selection has been extended, so besides the supplier code, we can see the supplier name as well. Data integration wise, we added support for importing up to 99 custom rows from data source via the periodic data table, including the spreadsheet transactional data connector. There are some key details. Imported rows are going to be labeled as imported in the Streamline. Historical periods are always included. Only numeric values are supported. Data conflicts are resolved using the latest period entry. And imported rows cannot be deleted via Streamline UI, but can be overridden through subsequent imports. Additionally, you can now import shortage hours and shortage days. We also added Export Connector for Dynamics FO, Export Connector for Google BigQuery, Units of Measure import support for the Custom API connector, Channel Stable import from Pronto, including channel-specific pricing, and support for using a default query for export to the database. That is it for today, and please let us know if you have any questions. Thank you for your time.